Republicans can be annoying, obnoxious, and fake too. But honestly, what in the heck has the Democratic Party become? Today's State of the Union response came from Stacey Abrams, who didn't even win her election, which is a little weird. They couldn't find somebody that actually won, or the hundreds of people currently working for government, to speak. Here's a video of her recently saying she wouldn't be opposed to illegal immigrants voting.
What is your view about some municipalities like San Francisco who have decided that it's okay for some non-citizens to vote in local elections?
I think there's a difference between municipal and state and federal. Part of the municipality, I'm not arguing for it or against it, but I will say, having been deputy city attorney, there's the granularity of what cities decide is so specific as to, I think, allow for people to be participants in the process without it somehow undermining our larger democratic ethic that says that you should be a citizen to be a part of the conversation.
So not, in some cases you would be supportive of non-citizens voting?
I wouldn't oppose it.
I mean, even if you're a Democrat or a liberal, like, what the heck? This is from the same party that keeps screeching and screaming and complaining about foreign interference in elections, sitting there openly admitting that they would be okay with illegal immigrants voting in our elections. This isn't even the worst of it. Democratic Governor Ralph Northam has been under fire for this yearbook picture of someone in blackface next to someone in the KKK. And the saddest part about this isn't even the worst thing he did last week. He's openly calling for the murder of babies mid-birth and potentially after birth. I don't know. What do you think he's saying here?
How late in the third trimester could a physician perform an abortion if he indicated it would impair the mental health of the woman?
Or physical health.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm talking about the mental health.
So, I mean, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay. But to the end of the third trimester.
Yep. I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
So, where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth, she has physical signs that she is about to give a birth, would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating.
Mr. Chairman, that would be a decision that the doctor, the physician, and the woman would make.
I understand that. I'm asking
point.
if your bill allows that.
My bill would allow that, yes.
Where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth, she has physical signs that she is about to give a birth, would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion?
My bill would allow that, yes.
No exception. There was a very contentious committee hearing yesterday when Fairfax County Delegate Kathy Tran made her case for lifting restrictions on third trimester abortions, as well as other restrictions now in place. And she was pressed by a Republican delegate about whether her bill would permit an abortion even as a woman is essentially dilating, ready to give birth.
Yeah, and I wasn't there, Julie, and I certainly can't speak for Delegate Tran, but I would tell you, first thing I would say, this is why decisions such as this should be made by providers, physicians, and the mothers and fathers that are involved. There are, when we talk about third trimester abortions, these are done with the consent of obviously the mother, with the consent of the physicians, more than one physician, by the way. And it's done in cases where there may be severe deformities, there may be a fetus that's non-viable. So in this particular example,
Indicated it would impair the mental health of the woman.
Or physical health.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm talking about the mental health, where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs that she is about to give a birth. Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion?
My bill would allow that, yes.
So in this particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So I think this was really blown out of proportion. But again, we want the government not to be involved in these types of decisions. We want the decision to be made by the mothers and their providers. And this is why Julie, that legislators, most of whom are men, by the way, shouldn't be telling a woman what she should and shouldn't be doing with her body.
Where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth, she has physical signs that she is about to give a birth, would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion?
My bill would allow that, yes.
The infant would be delivered. The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So
I understand if you're pro-choice and pro-life, I get it. But mid-birth murder? What in the world is going on? If that bothers you, don't take a look at the bill that New York Democrats just passed. It's pretty insane. You had people dressed in all white after this picture surfaced this week. And according to History Channel, it always was the Democrats who were the party of the KKK to pressure Black Americans and the Republicans who worked with them. First Republican Black Senator, 1870. First Black Democratic Senator, 1993. They say the parties have switched, but I just don't see it. I just see the same stuff on loop, except more talk and more social justice pandering and more false leaders to mislead our youth. It's getting ridiculous. At the State of the Union, you had people sitting and looking upset for low Black and Hispanic unemployment, low disability unemployment, fighting human trafficking and rape at the southern border, literal baby murder like I was just talking about. It's like, at what point is this getting ridiculous? You don't have to like Trump. You don't have to agree with certain policies, but are you ready to do the most evil, demonic things just in the name of doing the opposite of Trump? Because he's doing a lot of good stuff with the endless wars that he's trying to stop that no one seems to care about. A lot of his policies are just basic common sense, which is clearly absent from a lot of people's minds, hearts, and souls. In California, they're in a hurry to give free healthcare to illegal immigrants. Meanwhile, in California, they already have the highest taxes, yet the most poverty. So people are paying the most, yet the most people are in poverty, which is often how it works because it's a failed ideology and a failed system. But when does this end? All I'm asking for is a little compromise, love, compassion, honesty, and honestly, common sense. This whole resistance movement is getting absolutely ridiculous. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for considering. God bless you. Have a good week.